Hi, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Easton Library Community Book Chat. Hope everybody's doing well, and I'm happy to talk to our guest today, Beth Cliff. Beth, hi, how's it going?
Hey, I'm great. Beautiful day out after kind of a wet weekend. So it's
Yeah,
lovely.
very wet, right?
Yeah,
Thank you so much for being here. So, Beth, you are the new president of the new East Friends of the Easton Public Library Group.
that's right. I think we're just sort of rejuvenating something that's been very strong over the years. I just was looking at something from 1998 with 3 pages of names of people on various committees. And so people who've been in Easton for a while would recognize a lot of those names, I'm sure. And it just slowed down a little bit. And so come January, February, we decided we would try to get it started up again.
That we so appreciate it. Can you tell us a little bit about what the group does?
Sure. Well, we're just, learning as we go, but the primary purpose for sure is to help support the library financially in ways that, you guys would like to enhance some of your offerings, but just don't have the current budget to do so. So if we can provide extra funding for you to use as you see fit, we're happy. And so we're really a nonprofit fundraising arm. And we're just right now trying to figure out what we want to do, right? Because we're all volunteers. And most importantly, what the town would like and would find interesting and would support us financially. So that's sort of what we're up to. We just really started February, March. And so we're learning as we go.
And is there a fundraising event coming up?
There's a wine tasting, which looks really nice. So I happen to have a flyer here, and you can find it on our website, which is eastonlibraryfriends.org, eastonlibraryfriends.org. But there is a wine tasting and cheese as well on Wednesday, June 23rd from 7 to 8. Rain date is the next day, Thursday, the 24th. And it's an opportunity for 40, 45 folks to get together and graze on some great food and sip some wine and then purchase wine.
It sounds fantastic. And is it at Sport Hill Farm?
It is at Sport Hill Farm. Patty Pop has been really gracious about letting her use her space.
Yay, that's great. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for all the work you're doing for the library. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we did have a great success out of the box. We participated in the a countrywide Friends of the Library activity, Library Giving Day, and we raised over $5,000 just in one day. So we know that there's a lot of interest in supporting the library, and we just want to tap into that.
I know, that was amazing.
Yeah,
That was
good.
great. So we're going to talk about a book, Beth, right?
Oh,
So we are talking about the book that you chose to talk about is a classic, Caps
oh,
for Sale.
it is a classic. I thought we were going to talk about another one, which I have too. So either one. I haven't read Caps for Sale in a while. I love it. It's what I grew up with. And so I'm happy to share what I remember and love about it. And I introduced my daughters to it as well. So we love the monkeys.
Yeah, I know, it's so sweet, and it really is a classic. I mean, I was just looking at the publication date, and it is 1940. Wow, that's impressive, and
So
still such a great
probably,
one that everybody loves.
yeah, I probably in those days, having a peddler walk around was a normal occurrence. I think the author is from Slovakia or from that part of Europe. And in those days, I think bumping into peddlers was a routine event, like going to Stop and Shop today. But certainly when I was growing up in the early 60s, when I was a little girl, that was an unusual thing. And now I would imagine very unusual for kids to think about. But the what I remember it because it's fun and funny.
Mhm.
It's these monkeys are acting like monkeys and imitating, and finally the peddler figures out the answer to get all his caps back. And as a little girl, I think I just love the humor in it, and delighted in reading it to my daughters as well.
Yeah, it is funny. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
And but I know we were talking about possibly two, so let's talk about the other one a little bit also.
Well, fine, but Caps for Sale, I'm really glad the library has it. It's a wonderful book that maybe a lot of people in this day and age don't know, but I would highly encourage you to get it at the library. It's a really lovely, fun book with a sense of humor. And my
And
daughters still to this day go imitating the peddler stamping his foot.
and I
So,
think there's two sequels that came out to it also by the
oh,
same author.
oh, good. I didn't know that. Well, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, so the other one that I loved as a mother, and my daughters are now 21 and 23, is this wonderful book by Laura Numeroff, who wrote, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. But I think what really makes this come alive are the illustrations. So
They are beautiful. I've seen illustrations, her illustrations before, those beautiful ones, and they're just wonderful. They're so sweet and lovely.
it's a really endearing storyline. So you can choose what mommies do best or flip it over backwards and you get what daddies do best. And what I always liked about it for my daughters was the words are the same. So what mommies and daddies do are the same. They just might do them differently. So they might put you to bed differently. They might sew a button on your stuffed animal differently. They might hold your bike differently and help you when you might get into a little accident on your bike. But they're doing what parents do. They're doing it in their own style, and you just can't help but just fall in love with the sentiment and the illustrations.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Absolutely. I love those books that show that like connection with the parent and the child.
Yes, and I like animal stories because they're appropriate for any color, any type, any person of any location. So there's some urban views in here, and then there's some country views, and so it's a really diverse message, I think. And again, everyone looks at animals and thinks, "Oh, how cute they are," only to discover, actually, in Easton we have bears right now, to discover that actually you don't want to mess around. But in a fairy tale or a story, they're really endearing.
Yeah, agreed. They are
Yeah.
lovely.
I used to love Richard Scarry, so
Yeah.
I have a special fondness for foxes, and it's because of Richard Scarry, although they don't walk on 2 feet as I grew up thinking they did.
And we do have those in town. I see those in my yard fairly often.
I know, which is wonderful. Well, a lot of people, maybe you, I'm not sure, do you have chickens?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, foxes will try to find out where those are.
they will. So far, their run and their coop is very Fort Knoxy. So hopefully it'll stay that way.
Yeah, we have a few. We have a whole lot of deer. It's kind of like I-95 behind our house.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But now I see that they've got some extensions. So the library, I'm sure, has this one. But then what I've got for my nieces, my grandnieces, are what, aunts and uncles, and I think they're grandparents, and yeah, there's lots of them. But that the storyline is an eternal one of comfort and love.
It is. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Beth, thank you so much. So Caps for Sale
Well,
and What Mommies and Daddies Do Best are both available at the library. We have them both in book form, and Caps for Sale, I know we also have as a downloadable audiobook.
oh, that should be
So
fun.
yeah, so check our website. You just hit the search the catalog button and type in the title, and you can either pop into the library and pick it up, or we can do curbside pickup for anybody who chooses that option.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So Beth, thank you. It was nice to see you.
I know. Well, thank you. And I encourage folks to keep track of what we're doing as friends. I know there's this wine and cheese at the end of June. And then I think we're going to do a used book sale on October 2nd. And we're trying to get some craft folks from Easton to join us then, and also with the tree lighting. So we're starting to gear up. And so just follow us on Facebook and Instagram, but also I know Shannon in the library is really keeping people up to date. So that's fabulous too.
Yeah, it's great. I love the group and everything that you guys are doing.
Great. Well, I think I'll see you with the wine tasting. There aren't a whole lot of spaces left, but I think there are a few. So
Yep, I'll be there.
thank you so much for inviting me. And thank you, Easton, for all that you're doing to support such a fabulous institution.
Yes, thank you, Easton, so much. And thanks to the library too.
Yeah,
All right, have a
good.
wonderful day, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.
Bye.